What made today a lot easier for me? Let me see if I have this box on my chart right here I drew yesterday. I bought the bottom of this box yesterday last night. So I drew this box yesterday. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, this box right here. I drew this yesterday, and last night when we came down to that box, I got long here, hoping it would hold this box, and was looking for Taiwan Semi to push us, and it did. So that worked out really nicely. But yeah, good morning. What's up, Cliff? Mario, I see you. Boom. Serenity, we'll jump into it here in a minute, of course. What's up, Vladimir? Boy, the crew is in here ready to go today. You guys crushing it? 7-2 offsuit. 7-2 offsuit's a low-key killer. You didn't know that. I don't know if I can say killer on stream, but I just did. Whatever. Are we going to get 25-250 NQ? Great question. Like, fantastic question. Grambo, what's up? What's up? All right. Give me a second here, guys. I'm getting a little situated. I'm still making my coffee and market trying to hurry up and open up on me. So here we are. IWM coming down pretty hard. Tech strong. SPY weak. Fine. I have some calls I got to close out here. All right. All right, we're getting situated, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Rod? I'm all over the place. You never know where you're going to find me. All right. All right, guys, so stream out everywhere. You know, you guys know the routine at this point. I don't like how weak I'm seeing small caps and stop buys. CRM had news last night. Some guidance and stuff, trying to turn that ship around. So I'm trying to been holding some calls there that were underwater, but I'm trying to readjust that position. As far as targets, 23 on NQ, 25023 was my next target, and then what is this? 125, 150, 164 upside targets, and then we really get moving. That 250. Who was that saying 250? Vladimir. That 250 is not as crazy as you think. Not as crazy as you think. We'll see. But let's keep the horse in front of the cart today. See what's gonna go on. What's up, my man? Will, I appreciate Will being here, by the way. Will came on Spaces with us the other day. He's just absolutely crushing it. He's got a really good eye for a lot of things. Will, I was noticing these daily charts yesterday. I talked about it with Frank too. KRE. This is a little concerning. And I know you've been talking about it a little. This KRE chart is not my favorite chart. We're just being completely honest. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. KRE and what's it? KB. These aren't my favorite charts. And yeah, for small caps, KRE is KRE is the heaviest weighted over there, if I remember correct. What's up, Bitcoin? Gap fill. Let's take a look. Where are the gap fills? We closed yesterday. down here somewhere. Let's see. That's a pretty big gap fill. It's not insane. Pretty big gap fill though. 0.55, a little bit more than half a percent. This one's probably more likely. Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. The QQQ gap's big enough that it's not like super appetizing, but the SPY SPX, yes, that gap is. All right, I am trying to get out of this last. So, like I was saying, I got long last night, like 887. Just happened to be a really good intro. 887 right here was my average, and I trimmed a few times before I went to sleep. I was up late. You guys know the baby. But I really want to get my full exits at 125. I ran it by like a point or two. That's how I'm really trying to get to there, and then look for like day trades after that. We'll see how it's going. But good morning. What's up, Willie? Sliding in, Willie. Oh, almost missed this. Simple West chat. How are we feeling about DNN? I'm not familiar with that. What's DNN? Oh, Denson Mines. How we feeling? Boy, if you bought any time in the last like 2 months, you're feeling great. Goodness gracious, what a chart! This must be with the rare earth play. I've heard of this name a few times. I'm not super versed in that name. That's really interesting. Let's look at where we're at on the daily. This is going to be really important, guys. Yesterday, high drawings. Yesterday, this is why this is important. Here, so moving averages on my chart, especially if you're new. Blue is a 9 EMA. Yellow is a 21 EMA. This is a 50 simple, and this is a 20 simple. Okay? So we have a 9, a 20 simple, and a 21 EMA, and we have a 50. Why is it important? Because yesterday we closed right here above all the major moving averages. SPY, same thing. Let them load in here for a second. We closed right on the 20-day. Boy, I'm gonna have to. We closed right on the 20-day yesterday, but there it is. There's loading in 21 and the 9. What is going on with my connection? All right, there we go. We closed back above all the major moving averages yesterday, which I think is important. We closed back below them today. It's different, but in the short term, that looks good. Yeah. All right, what are those gap fill stats on SPY? Okay, 67% not filled. All right, all right, all right. KRE. Ooh. Good thing I'm long NQ. Cause IWM small caps bank's not looking good. You did fill a gap on IWM. See the candle lighting up there. What are you guys watching? What are you guys doing? Sitting on hands? Anybody buying this dip right here? Trying to get us up there to 125. Previous session high 115. Just me was this little like generic elevator hip hop music banging today. Here we go. Let's get a full. Give me my full target 125 so I can get out of this trade from last night. Start looking at trades for today. I threw up IWM there for a second, brother. My man Will was pointing out KRE and the banks are super, super weak. So I threw up IWM for a second. Keep your eye over there. SPY doing okay. That gap fill on SPY is actually a low probability. That's what I was just pulling out. Based on the size, the gap fill is a very low probability. I actually want to tweet that stat out. So let me get that out to people here real fast. Come on, 125. 125, give me full exit from last night. Order filled. I am out. Wow, huge day for me. Lock that account up. That personal lockout button on Project X is great. I'm not looking for the gap fill. So let's look at the stats on this. Okay, so SPY, first off, SPY, the gap is by size. You see this 0.26 right here? That's the size of the gap. When you have a 0.2 or bigger gap on SPY, it gaps up. Look at this. 2/3 of the time, it doesn't fill. So I'm not going to look to play gap fill today. That's why it says bullish right here. Even though we have a gap below us, it says bullish. Bias is bullish because the gap's not likely to fill. Let's go to QQQ. QQQ's gap says 0.49. That goes in this category over here. That's a less than 50% chance. This is using all the times that it happened over the last 6 months. Okay. But yeah, this gap fill. And if we go to NQ, I go to NQ, let's see, what's the NQ 0.48? Let's see what those stats are. 50-50. So 6 months of data, 50-50 when you have a gap of that size. I need to tweet this out real fast. So I would look to dip buy if we back test. I don't really want to gap fill, but if we back test like down here on SPY, QQQ, yeah. I don't even know what I want to buy on there. In queue, look at this, looks so good to me. So it looks really good. There's gonna be a ton of traffic. The 161, let's see, 160 big area, 163, 164, up to 180s. If we get through that, though, I mean, 250. Doesn't have to happen. We already moved up a lot, so we'll see what happens here if buyers step in. I wouldn't be surprised to have to come back and get long down here. So my main plan is going to be look to dip buy. So if it's like right here in the 20s or the whole number 25K, maybe in the 90, if you go down here to this area, 980s. So a few different spots I'm looking at, but all right, I am looking to try to dip buy down here. Apple down big. Why is Apple down? All right. This is the key right here. B plus. Do we hit 23 just then? Wow, we hit VWAP. Yes, a little bit weak though. I heard any squawk this morning. Make sure that's fired up over here. All right. We hit 27, which was the previous level. I remember, and some of you guys have been on the stream. You remember that 27, 30 down to 20. Really, this whole this area has just been support before. If you're looking at NQ, uh, wait, this is all the traffic you're working with back over here. 110 down to like 990. Pretty rough area, but let's see. I have to think more on the bullish side. Hmm. Yes. Yes, a dip buy off of 715 could be a really good dip buy if you get it. I don't know that you're gonna get it. Well, I didn't get long anywhere. Low volume in ES, then what are the odds for IWM gap fill? That one already filled. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat here. I had to get that thing up. So that one already filled. So whenever that candle fired, so Edgeful gives you a nice indicator. There's a couple different ones, but gap fill. So what that does is it literally lights this up, lights the candle up that fills the gap, and then this yellow bar that's gonna pop up here. Look, if I go down, you go down to small time frame. This yellow bar that pops up right here, that tells you and kind of marks the previous day's close. So previous day's close. So that gap has been filled. Boy, they're selling small caps, buying tech, aren't they? Selling banks, I guess. Will, were there any earnings this morning that hit? Is there a reason, or there was some? Maybe I'm missing some news or something. I don't know. I've a couple banks this morning. I'm going to be patient here because it ran so much overnight, but my thought process is to dip buy. I heard yesterday morning was kind of a nasty one too. Yesterday morning, this like moved down. This was nasty. Couldn't get in on it, and then it came up here and just topped out and boom. IWM is getting smoked. I really want to get long down here and be trimming up here. Yeah, I am not long, but I wish I could be long. Again. Yes, it's still a little concerning here. Trying to be very patient and tactical with this morning because I think we can get a good dip by chance at some point. If we don't, we don't. But that obviously for me it's a little different because been long all night. Tesla made a nice recovery bounce. Nvidia is all over the place. Palantir had some news with Snowflake this morning. Let's see what our big names are doing. So Costco is down. Apple is down. Everything else nice and green. Tesla pushing up. Nvidia coming down now. Some things pulling in just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. What's my CRM doing? Oh, finally, look at this CRM, finally. Just waiting to see 20, 30, 25, 22, that area. Maybe 25K or a wick below it for a dip buy. What's up, Charles? Appreciate that. Charles, you guys don't know if Charles has got some real alpha. Let me tell you, if you guys don't know Charles, this guy, he'll lurk in the shadows sometimes, but boy, this guy is plugged in to a lot of things. Shout out to my man Charles, or Charlie Mack. All right, here's an important thing in trading, guys. Sometimes there's nothing to do, and if you look at, I mean, look at this. I mean, just this is disgusting right here. This is an easy way to get chopped up. I want to play the edges, and for me, the edges of the range are long down here and get out up here, which I had that 125 level. We got it. And now I'm sitting here. I really want to get long, but if I long here, I could take a stop out down here just for it to bounce off where I think it's going to bounce off of. I just don't have good risk to reward to long here. Now, if it comes up here and breaks and comes back, and we have like an IB, something to go off of first hour of the market, we can feel a little bit better about it. SPY still kind of weak. I don't love this. I would almost rather SPY fill this gap and get bought up off of that 665. What'd you guys do to gold? Good Lord. Come on, bring it down so we can get long. Vladimir, you're all over it. You're all over it, sir. Stay out of the middle. Plus, everything in me is telling me to dip buy, but price action and some of the other areas are not strong right now. There's nothing strong in small caps, banks. Let's look at our sectors. What's XLF? Yeah, look at XLF is off of a cliff this morning. Energy's doing okay. It's really just banks, Will. Good eye on that. Just banks. I mean, yeah, you could say materials and stuff like that. Well, we need to talk about some transports at some point today. JB Hunt crushed earnings yesterday. Transports. Did transports crush earnings in a weak economy? Not typically, just rule of thumb, Dow theory stuff. Like, this could start looking like a nice little curl. Just the tips, huh? Just the tips there, Cliff. Finally heard my squawker. Nothing interesting yet. All right, Broadcom's looking good, pushing up. Google flagging. NVIDIA pushing back up. I didn't really have a great spot I like to get in long yet, but that's still what I like. Netflix a little weak. Trump and Putin to speak Thursday before meeting with Zelensky. Okay. Headline from Axios. I'm so tempted to take a starter here. Climb your way back. I mean, we are green though. Qs are green, SPY's green, IWM's not. Dow's break even. Tesla's about to go green. Costco and Apple are the only other two that are red. So there you go. There's only 2 out of the top 10 NASDAQ stocks are red right now. I guess technically 3 Tesla, 2, back and forth. Yep. But banks had a big day yesterday after the open. But I'd love to see this CRM 7%. What a great day. Finally on my swing for CRM. Airlines down today. And I'm so tempted to get long up here in the 50s, but it's a major chop right here. I just sold 100. Yes, slightly lower low. We got the first 30 minutes. We haven't broke either side of the 30-minute orb yet on NQ. It's pretty wild. I'm steadily buying Mercado Libre. MELI. It's one of my favorite stocks. Well, guys, just hanging out. I thought about this, Cliff. I thought about like, okay, could I start scaling in here? But I don't like that plan today because it's like, okay, could really pull down. Like, I think I could just wait. Can wait for my spot here. Look, I will. I'm gonna just draw this. Probably something like this, even. I'm gonna mark 25K right here. I mean, you look at that. Look at that. The midpoint of the overnight range is literally 25K. Oh no, Vladimir, no. No. Oh, don't tell me that. What's up, Kevin? I did see this last night. Ooh. All right, now I'm getting interested. Do I take a starter here? I probably should have started the long right there. At least we tapped into that area. IWM getting close to the previous highs. This is wild, Will. Fed speaker right now. There's a ton of liquidity on the book map at um 25. Well, it's not that big actually. That I'm still waiting. Still waiting. I could have got started here within the 20s. We wait. I still haven't taken my starters long yet. XLF is falling off of a cliff. I hope I didn't miss my shot at the 20s. That's what it's looking like. Dang it, that was the buy. Did you get it, Dom? Dadgummit. I should have taken stupid starters at least. The video's looking good now. Google looking good. Look at that. And then it held the top of my box in this next wick, didn't it? Right there. I'm not upset because I had longs last night. Dom, did you snipe that, Dom? Dadgummit. They heard talked it out, didn't even get the trade. I even was ready. I was so ready. I was like hovering over the buy button right here at 20. 70-point trade. The idea is right, though. That's not worth anything. Hey, hopefully it's worth something to somebody. Banks turn around today. We get a breakout day on NASDAQ. If this doesn't come back down, where do I even get in? Above 100? I don't really want to use like the middle, like 50 as a spot. Dang. Do I get long here? Do I just try it here? I feel like I could long and risk this wick right here. What did Pan W do? Do I need to get out of this thing? We're okay. Yep. I hesitated all over this. I should have just bought my box, like I said. I just bought my box. Where can we realistically go today? 164, I think, is the big one. 221. We really want this IB to get taken out now. You hit ES. So ES looks kind of good too if the banks will hold. I mean, where it held, and look, it didn't fill the gap. Held this little shelf right here. Look, 717. That held. You're back over 25, which looks really good. You should go to 749, 750, and then try to find yesterday's highs on ES. I think I gotta buy the next pullback if we get one. Sorry, it's just it's a combination of like where support has been directionally. So like if I look at NQ, this 25K hold number, so like all the way back to this area, You see this consolidation right here? I know it's kind of small on the screen. This area here, and then you see like a high here. You see these reaction points here, these reaction points here. So that combined with like the fibs that I have on here and stuff, which I know I've got too many. Let me take this fib off from yesterday. Look, you see this box right here? It's the same box that I've been drawing for like weeks. It's the same box. Put a box inside the box. Well, idea's right. Didn't make any money off of it, but idea's right. Now I gotta figure out how to get long somewhere. I think I'm gonna long off of this. If we break up here, I'm gonna try to long off of this. 97, 97 to 90. Oh, I'm gonna buy it here. That's why you don't chase right there. Hold on, what we got going on here? So I'm watching ES to hold 25. IWM looks terrible still. Is crypto weak too? Why why can't gold be weak? Bitcoin gonna Bitcoin gonna touch the 200 day today? Well, I really think I'm just gonna try it here. If ES holds 25, it's a good spot. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Some headline on weed stocks again. All right, let me get in this position. Did you get it 7-2? Give me like 75. All right, first hour. First hour is bullish. The IB. IB's technically bearish. First hour is bullish. Very mixed data. I don't like how mixed that IB is. IBR rejection's bearish, and first hour the market's bullish. Oh, Apple and China had news today? It's popping up though. I think this is a hammer long. They're long in risk 70s. They're gonna run away from me again, isn't it? Boom. Nice, Willie. I'm over here. I just can't find a good entry. The direction's working out. These guys just want to run away from me and not let me in. Bunch of jerks today. To be fair, I'm probably being a little extra picky because I'm up so much from last night. Long right there. NDX. Yeah. But NDX looks better. The NDX chart actually makes me want to long more. What is it? It's 80 points higher, 75 points higher. So yeah, we're looking for like 170, 170s on NQ. 164, 170 is what we're looking for. It's a long. It's got to be a long. Yeah. I was trying to, this candle happened, I'm trying to buy like right here. Like 70 anything, and then this next candle goes 80 and just pushes. Yeah. Previous day high on NQ. This thing's gonna go. I think it's just gonna go, guys. Thanks, Grambo. That NDX chart looks great. There it goes. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. IB high taken. Bullish, bullish there. Yes, should play catch up. Goodness gracious. Cliff, that's funny. Any of you guys get able to get in on this long? What a brutal miss on this hesitation down here. 100-point trade. I'm having a great week, so like I'm not upset, but I am kind of like, boy, the opportunity was just there. Good Lord. Nvidia and Broadcom new highs a day. Tesla new high. Everything isn't squeezing. 25K NDX is coming. Pivot point at 149. I never got in this stupid long. Apple recovering nicely up. Oh yeah, at least I have those calls still. Oh, there's okay, 87% on the QQQ calls. My main account, Cliff, I locked up there at the open when I got that last full target. So then I went to the next account and I just sat here and just like hesitated. It's just to drive me crazy. Oh. I hope somebody got long. You got it, Bitcoin? Well, I bet 3 or 4 of you got it. 7-2. I know you hit it too. It was kind of tricky. I feel like it was kind of tricky. If I would have just been as simplistic as buy the box. NDX is going to go 50 points higher. What is that, like 175, I think, that area? We're just gonna run to 250 today. We just run it all the way to 250 today. Why not? Oh, Andy S just took IB high. Whoa, what a day, though. Hey, we're on the right side of the trade. What a day. Boom, there's the move. Oh, my QQQ calls are over 100% now, at least. All right, IndieX is going to hit 25K right here, and you're at this ES level, 750. Just heads up, decent trim spot. If anybody's long. Gold is still silly. Cliff, gold's been silly for a month. All right, well that's the next big target right there. That gummit. I was gonna buy here. What am I doing? Dave, I do remember this because you said it, and two other people have told me about this. And like it's what energy battery tech something. Somebody was telling me to buy it here at 10, and I thought they were crazy at the time. But then I was like reading some of the research. I was reading the research on it, and I was like, no, it is a buy somewhere, and I just never could get into it. What a what a move! What a move! Great job on that one. QCom's trying to do a little bit of nice things here. Yeah, so Dave, this is exactly what I said. Because you know what? I then started talking about so there's like I run a Tesla space, but there's a couple guys that are in the Tesla space, and this one guy he doesn't come up and talk, but he always listens. This dude DMs me a lot. Great guy, really smart guy, especially on the energy side of things. That's what he really follows, honestly, on Tesla more than anything. This guy, we went back and forth in the DMs. He was telling me I was like you said, I didn't know enough about them, but I was literally looking at I was back and forth with him in the DMs going, "Hey, tell me about this. Tell me about this um tell me about this battery stuff and these mega packs and all this stuff." And then he said, "I'm super long EOSE." And I said, "Okay, what's the thesis? Because like you brought that up to me, somebody else brought it up to me. So I was talking with this guy in the DMs, and he was like super bullish on it. And I should have pulled the trigger. I just couldn't. I think I felt late after that. You got into QCOM right here, Dom? I bought I bought QCOM calls. I think this day, somewhere in here. I want to say I bought them Monday. I'm not really up that much. What do I have? I have QCOM. I have 180 calls for November 21st. They're up 15%. Yeah, it lined up, didn't it? All right, so now you're coming back to your pretest. This is EMA 9 catching up. Previous day high right here. I want to see this candle probably close up here. But ES, look at that, 67.50. The 67.50 on ES has been a problem. That's why I have it marked on this chart from the other day. Sorry, let me get it back here. Oh, turns out that NDX area and the ES 67.50 was a good take profit spot, huh? Yeah, LAR, that was a good one. That was a good spot. This ES, do I not have 67.50 marked on this chart? Oh, it's a fib. The fibs right there. But this here's 67.50 right here on ES. Look at 67.50. All right. Also, I just want to shout out Grambo here because Grambo, I almost forgot to look at the NDX chart. Look at this. That was a perfect back test of NDX previous day high consolidation right there. All right. Galaxy Digital, this is one of those ones it's like, gosh, how do you get in? Consolidation above 37 is good. How do you get in this thing? That looks good. RXRX, somebody else was talking about this the other day. Retaking the 200 day with force. RXRX. Heard about this one a lot, but I just it looks like it has a nice base it wants to curl off of, but to me it really needs to get back over this like $6.80 to $7 range, and then it can get real nice. Maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, maybe over 7.5. I think it can try to get a little move. I struggle to trade things I don't really know about the inner workings. Nice back test, previous day's highs and holding, and the candles. The candle, so like I was saying, the candle closing back up here, or up here, I guess. That looks really good. Now you don't want to just immediately reject here, but that was a big drop. Look, ES dropped 18 points that fast. RTY heavy. Is Will still in here? Will, these banks bounce, I mean, relief bounce back to previous day's low and reject? Okay, that could change my mind a little bit. My main trade idea worked out, though. I know I didn't take anything here on the stream, but boy, that worked out. So we talked about the gap fill was bullish because the gap was bigger than what normally fills. The IB was kind of mixed. So the IB by rejection was actually bearish, but now we've broken the high, so I'm not worried about this anymore. This is like 67%. So basically the 30% of the time happened today. IB by retracement, this is definitely probably in play and worth thinking about. Opening candle, first hour of the market was bullish. So mostly bullish data going into that first hour, and then boom, what a move on the way out of it. This is the level that you should back test. 97. All right, so we played the IB by rejection just played out. So your IB breaks, it retraces back into 25% of that. That played out. Yes, you're between that. That played out, but you're also close to the midpoint. Do you have anything to go off of here on ES, or is it kind of no man's land? Where's SPX? SPX is gonna. Oh, that's 6,700. We gotta get back over that. 6,700 sent us into a tizzy the other day. Ooh. I do not like what IWM's doing. This is not a good look over here. And pretty much the whole market just came in. Netflix back red. Meta still looks decently strong here for now. Costco really weak today. Broadcom. Well, am I gonna go an entire stream without taking one trade on here? Brad, are you short? We come about 30, 40 points lower. It'll kind of break structure for me. IO and Q coming down pretty hard. What's Rigetti? Yeah, you had some ugly candles in some of these. UBT, there it is. R4. So I had R1 right there. I don't know how your pivots are set up. I had R1 up there on NQ. But I really think this could be if this holds right here, this is where you get long. I can't long back into IB and 30-minute high here. Needs to get back over. If you're short against this, you're looking for like the midpoint down here. Where's the midpoint on NQ today? 69.70. Oh, nice. You get a custom one built. Like we also hit that 0.5 extension. Basically, we're within 2 points of it. Energy making a little comeback here. XLF is the banks are just too weak. KRE. This may turn into a boring day, guys. Boring's good though if you have green. Yeah, they're offering this thing pretty hard. Do we long Amazon against the 200-day here? All right, that's midpoint of everything. I think we try to get long. I like it right here, long. Yeah, I like the long here. Try something like that. Let's see. Can I get in down here at 115? Well, my targets on this would be 140, 145, 145, 146, 163, and then like 200. Can I get filled down here? I don't want to chase it into the 125 area. I'm just gonna buy it here at 120. Pull back in a little bit. All right, got it right there. Give me 115. Let me add. There we go. Okay. All right, I guess we'll go get a little long trade shot here. I don't really like this rejection. All right, so I'm long. 113 is my actual average. All right, come on, push. We need to push over this area. Okay, Microsoft, Amazon looking good. IWM coming hard off the lows. Come on, Apple, get a push. I would feel much better if this candle closed above 125. Come on, yes, push over. That got it closed underneath. I don't like this candle. I really don't like where this is rejecting. Gotta stay above right here. I really don't want to come much lower. Should I just take it off and break even? Nah. Let it play out. Come on, let's get a push. Come on, get a push. Cliff, calm down. Don't be wishing evil upon us here. Some people just want to see the world burn, don't they? Come on, Cliff. Whose team are you on? Same rejection spot. Oh, half my brain says trust the trade and your risk. Half my brain says, probably not a great setup here. Like I should take this off. Trump is talking to Putin right now, according to Truth Social. We're holding what I want to hold, but we're not getting back above what I wanted to get back above quickly, so probably gonna take just eat the stop on this one. Nothing telling me to get out yet though. Yeah, they're gonna come stop me out of this. I don't want to risk down to. Yeah. I have to risk to like 80. That's gonna take me out. As soon as I heard that him he was talking to Putin, I figured, Market's just gonna go hedge real fast. Yeah, this wick down's gonna stop me out. Boom, there it is. So I should stop out like just to buy it back, the midpoint of the IB. Normally I'd want to buy the midpoint of the IB, but things aren't looking great, so. Yeah, look at that. I was really hoping we just close right back above this real fast. We did not, so that's fine. Took a little tag on that one. We gave it a shot. Yeah, the last thing we needed right then was, oh, hey, I'm talking to Putin right now, and the market's like, oh, let's take some profit. I should have just hit the out button as soon as that True Social popped up on my screen. Yeah. And now I gotta decide if I want to buy my box again. Double break of the IBs are rare, but here we are. It's that Putin news that I'm worried about. If it wasn't for this, I'd be buying this right here if it wasn't for my for the Putin thing. Somebody tell me not to buy it here. Yeah. Now here's my box again. I have a double box here. Yes. Yes, probably coming down another 5, 7 points. God, tell me not to long right here. Now Carney's taking shots at us? What the hell? All right, 25K. Where's I'm gonna take a starter here. There's the gap fill on SPY too. I took a starter. Oh no. I'm about to run out of time here. Um, this is looking like a good long spot though. I mean, how could I not long my box and the gap fill at the same time? Oh, 04 is where I got in. See if we can get back to 70. NDX did wick into that gap. I just know how rare it is to take an IB high and a low. I just think we rotate back to the middle. There we go. There we go. All right, I got to trim off a VWAP there. Come on, give me 70 points. I gotta shut down the stream here soon, but I just took this trade, so I don't want to just like run out the door. How about that line and how about my double box buy? The good old Irish goodbye. Cliff, you've heard of the Irish goodbye. Have you heard of the Irish hello? Cliff, the Irish hello. You gotta walk in with like a 12 pack or more, or a bottle. That's the Irish hello. People love talking about the Irish goodbye. I like the Irish hello. I show up to your place, Cliff. It's an Irish hello. I'm coming in. I'm not coming in empty-handed. Microsoft and Nvidia still look pretty decent. Come on, we need to push to the midpoint at least. Give me 65 points. There we go. All right, I'm out half 65 points. There we go. All right, we're back on the right side now. All right, we are so back. May have to take off a little bit more here. All right, guys, I got to shut down the stream. I appreciate everyone. Cherry picked that long a little bit. I'm actively kind of managing this thing. I honestly want to put my stop up here like 17, 18 in profit. So what's that? 14 points or so in profit on the stop, just because the scenario situation we're in. But I got to run tomorrow, guys. All right, I'm flat. That'll work. I'll look for another trade later. Kind of want to let this thing calm down. Appreciate you guys. Ooh, that was a good out. That was a good out. All right. Probably gonna chill out for a little bit. Tomorrow, Wolf Trading, the Wolf Trading YouTube channel. I'm live over there. I think we're going pretty much all day. So we'll see you guys then. If you guys want to come out, hang out with us tomorrow. For these streams, the Edgeful streams, just me hanging out on here Tuesday and Thursday mornings, right at market open. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. Dom, Cliff, Willie, Dream, Vladimir, 7-2 offsuit, LAR, Brett. Well, I can't remember who else is in here. Willie, did I say Willie? Willie C was in here earlier. Bitcoin's always in here hanging out with us. My man Will over in the X chat. SAR, SAR, appreciate you. Can't remember. There was somebody else. Serenity was in here at the beginning. A couple of other people. I appreciate it, guys. I love doing these streams with you guys. And I love the chat. You guys being active in here, talking, hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys. See you guys